My soulmate is going to be 6'5" and Puerto Rican and Native American and has a 6-figure job. I hated when I would get clients who were basically looking for a supermodel.
Hey, it's Gabby Fe. Welcome back to my podcast. I'm so excited that you came to join us today. You may have seen my viral videos on The Shade Room, Real Toronto News, etc., etc. We have a wonderful special guest today, 𝐤𝐤𝐬. 𝐤𝐤𝐬, how are you?
I am spectacular. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm excited you're here. If you guys don't know, 𝐤𝐤𝐬 was a matchmaker, like a legitimate matchmaker for people that want to get matched up. And like when I found this out, like I've known 𝐤𝐤𝐬 even way before that, like when we were doing acting shops together and acting workshops in like Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because you're from Atlanta,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay. So 𝐤𝐤𝐬, can you tell us like how you got into matchmaking? Like what was that journey like? Like what's it like in the day of life of a matchmaker?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll start with how I got into it. At the time, I was in grad school at the time and was looking for, extra work to make money, but on a, semi-tight schedule with my schoolwork. And randomly, I checked the job board list. I went to Emerson, so Emerson would send out, a monthly job board. And on it was this company looking for matchmakers. And I thought, okay, no way is this real. But reached out, sent my resume, and they contacted me for an interview. And then a second interview. And then a third interview. And talked to me about the training and went through that whole process. And I got the gig and became a matchmaker, which for me, I'm a huge, huge, huge romantic. So it was absolutely perfect for me at the time.
I love that. And a big Scorpio energy over here.
Yes.
Me and 𝐤𝐤𝐬 are both Scorpios. So like I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yes.
Maybe on the side of like crazy romantic, but like
Oh my God, too romantic to function.
Too romantic to function.
I'm here.
So
Yeah.
𝐤𝐤𝐬, like when I think about like a matchmaker, like it's someone who's like little Cupid, like Cupid in human form, and like you're playing the matchmaking game. So like how do you determine if two people belong together?
Oh, such a good question. So yes, on one hand, we are absolutely little Cupids flying around, just trying to find people love. But on the other hand, it's very difficult work because not only are you kind of an assistant, you're scheduling people, you're a therapist, you're dealing with people's, most of the time, their most vulnerable parts of their lives, so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy. But how do I decide? It really comes down to moral values and, where you are in your life and what it is that you're looking for, and just really trying to match those things, but also temperament, because that's very important. If I think someone is going to vibe well, like for example, you're most of the time, high energy, extroverted. And if, I meet someone who is very engaging, very intelligent, can carry a conversation and can keep up with you, that goes a long way. So it's a lot of tiny little things, but it really does come back to those values and what you believe and what you want for your life.
It's so funny you say that, because I love the strong silent types though. Like I love a man who's not gonna overtalk me and not gonna like try to steal the sunshine. Like it's so annoying, because like in one aspect you would think, yeah, like he's high energy like me, he'll be great. And like and I've dated guys like that, and usually it goes down with like we'll be out with friends and he's like competing with me of how loud we can talk and how much we can talk. And I'm just like, can you calm down? Can you be the man now? Like, can you just calm the hell down? Like
that's real. I feel that they compliment you. And that's what I mean too, who can keep up with you, like someone who can handle that, not necessarily match you, like mirror you 100% in that way, but someone who can receive that and be okay and be comfortable Do you know?
But how do you determine that when a guy comes to you like and says, hey, I want to be matched? Like, how do you know that he has those kind of attributes?
Let me tell you, it is not a 100% science, okay? I have definitely been fooled. And
Fooled?
yeah, you just don't know until you know, okay? And I pride myself on my intuition. I'm very insightful when it comes to people, but sometimes you just can't predict what someone's going to show you. You're only talking to these people, for an hour at a time, you know? So you can't
Face to face?
via Zoom, virtually. So it helps to be able to see them, to be able to pick up on the vibe. But, oh, child, you just don't know.
Oh
You
my
don't
goodness.
always know.
Okay, so 𝐤𝐤, what we've all been waiting for. Tell us like a horror story of matchmaking. Like, what is it? Like, what like threw you off? Like, whoa, I can't believe that just happened.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so homie lied to me. Okay. This is a client in Atlanta, beautiful, beautiful woman, beautiful Black woman, had her stuff together, very intelligent, incredible. I meet this guy who, you know, seemingly has it all, has the career, has, you know, just everything together, the finances, you know, great on paper. I set up the date, I scheduled the date. And I'm so confident. I'm like, this girl's going to love him. He's gonna love her. They're gonna vibe. I'm ready. I'm ready for that wedding invitation. That's how confident I was.
Whoa.
I was so confident. And so she comes back from the date. And normally I don't get feedback until the next morning. But I got feedback that night. And I was like, okay, this is either really good or it went really sour. And it turned out to be the latter because found out that not only did he lie when he told me that he did not have kids.
What?
Right.
How do you lie about kids though? You can't hide kids.
Bam. And oh yeah, and I swear this is so true. He had 4 kids, but one of the baby mamas found out about the date. And she showed up.
No, she didn't. She didn't.
She showed up.
Oh no.
Gabby, I was so mortified on behalf of my client, and I was so embarrassed because I had been duped. Like no one has been duped before. And I thought, wow, so y'all really out here like this.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible.
Girl, I would be embarrassed and if I was that lady, I'd be marching back into that matchmaking office like, I want my money back.
And bless her heart, she could have, but she was so gracious. She was just like, I don't know. But luckily we had matches that she went on prior to that. So we had developed that trust with each other. So this was an outlier. But yeah, I was like, babe, I'm not charging you for this date. Of course, let's go back to the drawing book. I'm so sorry. I'm going to look at my questions and see how I can help maybe avoid this situation in the next.
But how did the man respond to this? Did he really look you in the face and what did he do? What did he say? That's so embarrassing for him too.
Oh, I didn't even bother. I was like, get this man out of our system, please. This happened. I can't believe he made it this far. I mean, I kind of do because he just had it together. He had the photos. On paper, it just looked so good. But
of course, on paper. But men be lying. Women too, but men be lying.
Yeah. Well, that was the only instance like that. Good. But it was bad. I felt so terrible for her.
So this man walks into this matchmaking office, says, hey, matchmake me. I have no kids and I have my shit together.
Yeah.
But he turns out around to have 4 kids with multiple baby mamas, all this baggage, and he just didn't let you know.
Yeah.
Why did he think that would work? Like, I'm blown away. Like, sir, why did you think that would work?
Why did he think, at what point was he planning to say it was going to be a successful match, right? And they did go on future dates. At what point are you going to tell her you got kids? Because you can't avoid that.
Like, I'm sure you having to pay something for those kids. Like, she's going to notice as your woman. She's going to notice. That's crazy.
Horrible.
Okay, so 𝐜𝐨𝐤𝐤.
Gabby Fe.
I love that. 𝐜𝐨𝐤𝐤, Gabby Fe. Okay, so has any of them like ended up in marriage?
I wish. No.
Okay.
To this date, no.
Okay.
I do have one last couple who is still going strong, and it's going on a year and a half now. So there's hope, but yeah, as of now, no.
Well, kudos to them. A year and a half, and you matched them together, and it wasn't on Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, you know, like no shade, but
So proud of
that's
them.
amazing.
So proud of them.
So in that successful couple, did you know right away that it would be successful? Or like what were there any pauses? Or you're like, I don't know, like, you know, how sure were you?
No, I wasn't sure at all because they were actually one of my first matches very early on as I was fresh off of training as a matchmaker. And this has only happened twice, but it was actually his first match that he met her and they just hit it off. And he said, you know what? I don't really want to continue this. I think I want to pursue it with this woman. And I thought, wow, okay, great.
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know. But it was one of those things where I really just looked at their core values and they were so similar. They both came from the same background, the same kind of family. So they were able to understand each other on a deeper level. And really, it was just a stroke of, I don't want to say luck, but yeah, part of it was luck that they just happened to hit it off.
If it's meant to be, then it'll be a love song.